Hello everyone, welcome to Milky Singh Academy. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create your own Google Forms from very scratch with no prior knowledge of creating forms, and I will be also covering each and everything regarding these Google Forms, like how you can create them and make awesome forms that everyone will like. So stay tuned in and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot. So guys, your first step will be to open up your web browser. So I am opening up here Google Chrome. Just open up and in the search window just type in Google Forms. But before doing that, you must make sure that you have logged into your official Google Mail account. So as on the screen you can see that I have logged into my official Gmail account. And after that just click on this in the search window for Google Forms, and these results will appear on the screen. So just click on the first link, that is the official web page for creating Google Forms. Just click on that. After clicking on that link, you can see this is the official web page for creating your own forms. And so as on the screen you can see there are two types of forms you can create. One is personal and second one is business. So in this video we are creating and focusing on how to create your personal Google Forms. So just click on this go to Google Forms button here. After clicking on that button you can see that your interface for creating forms is loaded up, and you can see there are a bunch of inbuilt Google Form templates that are already created by the Google itself are added to your web page here. So as on the screen you can see contact information, customer feedback, event registration, event feedback. So if you want to use any of these Google Forms, just click on any form you want. So I'm clicking on this contact information. So after that it will open up, and you can edit this form and send it to your colleagues or your co-workers or your friends. So it is quite simple to use inbuilt to Google Forms. But here in this video we are creating a blank form from very scratch, so we can understand all the types of questions and all type of settings that you can do in Google Forms. So let's start by creating a blank Google form. So when you click on this blank button here, it will load up your blank Google form which has only one question in it. And by default, whenever you add a blank form and multiple choice question is added to your form, you can change the type of questions. And guys, we will be looking at all the types of questions in this video, and for that I have created a Google form earlier before starting this video, so it could help us to understand further about all the options and types of questions in Google Forms. As on the screen you can see that there is a Google form, all types of questions, that I have created earlier. So just double clicking on it and it will open up this Google form. So as on the screen you can see that I have added all the types of questions: short, long, multiple choice, drop down, and all the types of questions. So let's start by discussing each and every question types here. And guys, before that, as you all know that in order to collect different types of data you need different types of questions, and there are 11 different Google Forms question types that will help you to collect the data from the user. And there are some common options in Google Form questions, and it is very important to set the right type of question in order to correctly or analyze the data. Therefore you have to understand what the data you need to collect and what type of question to use. Also you have to account for human error if in your form, so when possible always avoid using text type to collect data. Later on human error can make it harder to analyze the data. So to add a question in a Google form, you have to use this hovering menu on the right hand side. Use the plus sign to add a question. To add the added question by default is going to be your multiple choice question, and you can change the select the drop down menu on the right side. So by changing it we can do that here. So as I stated before, there are 11 types of Google form questions. So let's see the types of question, but before that let's have a look on common options in the Google Forms. So that first one is the required. So this one is the required option. So this sets the question required, and Google Form is going to block the submission of the form until the user enters data in that question. Also, if the required question is a part of a selection, you cannot progress to the next question if you leave it empty. So that is your required option. And second option is duplicate. As here you can see, this is the duplicate option. So it duplicates the question, very useful if you are creating a lot of multiple choice grid or checkbox grid questions. And next one is the delete, and it will delete the question. So just click it will delete the question. And here at the three dotted sign button here, you can see you can add a description, and as I have already added a description here, so some information regarding the question you can add here. So if you want to add an explanation for your question, you can add a description. This is the best way to keep your question short. Just remember that the whole question is inserted in the sheet that collects the answer, so it's better to keep it short. So description must be in short. So by any mistake I just made it very long, so try to make it very short, shorter one. And here you can see that you can also add an image if you click here. So you can also add an image to the question. You can use this, ask the user something about the image. So just click on this image, and you can insert a upload by uploading it, or by you can also search from Google itself. So just in the Google image search, just type in the name of the image. It will be added to your question. So that is all about the options in Google Forms. First type of question is a short answer type. So I have selected this first question type is short answer, as on the screen you can see. So it is the best way to collect answers and validate them. This type of question is not only for a short text, but it also has a response validation option that you can use to validate user responses. For example, you can use this type of question to request a user to enter a number and then validate the answer to avoid any human error. So guys, what is a response validation? Here on the screen you can see that this three dotted button, when you click on this button here, it will show the response validation option. So I am already checked in, so that is why it is added a separate screen, separate option for me. So what is the need of this response validation? So guys, if you need your user to enter a specific value, you can use these response validation and validate their response before sending the form. And selecting this option adds a section on this question which you can set what to validate, and also you can add a custom text for a validation. So you can validate these types of data. You can validate a number, a text, a length, or a regular expression. For now I just validate the length, which means I can limit the users on how many characters they can input in the question. So I have limited them 20, so they cannot enter more than 20 characters in this short answer type of question. And I also prompted them with the error like please enter maximum 20 letters. So if a user try to enter more than 20 letters, he will get this kind of error message. And I will make a separate video for how to apply these regular expressions and length and text and numbers. So for now we're just sticking to this how to apply length validation. And guys, those who do not know about regular expressions are like at the rate, dollar, or hash symbols or special symbols on your keyboard. So these are all the category of regular expressions. So coming to our next type of question, that is our paragraph question. So here on the screen you can see that I have selected the paragraph type. So paragraph type of question is used for collecting a longer text and can contain more than one paragraph. You can also use answer validation, the same as on the short answer type of questions, the same but with the limited error options. So as on the screen you can see in the response validation we have only two options. So we can validate them by using regular expression or by using length. As I have already made a validation for minimum character count, so you can limit up to 300, so users cannot enter more than 300 words in this paragraphs. So for the error message we can say please, or we can say maximum 300 words are allowed, something like that, or you can type in anything you want. So this is the error message here. Coming to our, this is a lot similar to our short answer type of question, this paragraph. So here here it is written as tell us about yourself. So also I have added the description, please write in 300 words only. So and I will also have put a validation, so the user cannot input more than 300 words. And next is our multiple choice question. So this is one of the most used question types in Google Forms. That is why it is default question type in Google Forms. You can use this type of question to collect only one from the predefined answers. The answers can be in the form of text or image. So let me click on this plus sign here. So as you can see, there are two options, option number 1 and option number 2. To add an option, just position the cursor on the empty space near the radio button. So this is the radio button. First you have to type in the question name. So I am typing in the what is the capital of India, so that will be our question. So in the option part, just write down the answers, like I'm writing Chandigarh, so I'm very bad at writing and spellings. Chandigarh or Punjab, Haryana, so I'm just making things up, or New Delhi. So that is the correct answer, New Delhi. So if this is a required question and nothing from the above option is selected, just click on this add button. If you do not want to add further, or just can be selected as an answer, so you can add other options. This option gives the user an option to add a custom answer, so you can add this with the click on add other text. So you can see that other is added to your option. You can also add images for your answers. So for adding images, just click on this add image button, and it will again take you to this window here. You can upload the type of image you want to upload, or you can also Google search. So I'm searching for New Delhi, so it will add a search in New Delhi. So just select here and then click on insert button here. So this option will be added to your this type of Chandigarh question. So here you can see, so users can have more clarity about if you are making this quiz or questions for a small children, that will be very helpful for them. You can also use multiple choice questions type it to navigate through section based on the given answers. So just click on this three dotted button here. So click here if you want to add these questions to next section. So just click on that. It will answer to it will add them to next section if you have multiple section in your form. So I'm just unchecking that. You can also do that. Next question type is our checkbox question type. So let me just delete it. Next type of question are checkboxes type of question. This question type is similar to multiple choice of question type, but instead of selecting only one answer, you can select multiple answers. Checkbox questions type also supports the answer validation, so you can validate the at least, at most, and exactly how many answers should the user select. So just click on that. It's the same way you have added the options in this multiple choice question. You can also add the options here. Just for validation, just click on this response validation. So at least, select at least, at most, or exactly. So whatever option you want the user to select, just click at select at least, so the user select at least one option from these given options. And coming to our next type of question is your drop down type of question. So let me select here. So this is your drop down type of question. This question type is more like multiple choice question type, but instead of displaying all the options, it displays a drop down list with all the options. You can use this type of question over multiple choice question type. if you have a lot of options and you want to save space. On this question type, you have the same option to go to a section based on the answer, but you can't add other options. So here, if I click on this three dotted button, so you can take the answers to the next section. So just click here to go to the section based answers. Coming to our next type of question is file upload. So just click on this button here. So this question type enables user to upload a file with their answers in the Google form. And let me add a file upload type of question here. If I select here and I select this file upload type of question here, you can see Google has prompted us a warning message that if you have a file question type in your form, Google form will ask the user to sign in before he can fill up the form. If you want to your form to be submitted anonymously, avoid this question type. So this is a warning message. Just click on continue, and you can select options like allow only specific file types. So for example, you want only PDF and images or drawing, presentation, audio, you can do that. So I'm selecting this PDF type. And next is the maximum number of files, how many files you want to select, 5, 10. So I'm selecting the 1, and maximum file size maybe 1 GB, 110 GB. So it's all depends upon your Google Drive space. So how much space do you have? So I am limiting it to 1 MB. So because of a quota limitation on your Google Drive, which collects and upload files, there will be a limit on answers on your form based on the size of uploaded files. At the end of the question, you have information on the current acceptable size, and you can change that. If you click on the change link, you can choose from 4 options as we have already covered: 1 MB, 10 MB. So when you have this type of question in your form, Google Forms create a folder in your Google Drive and upload all the answers. The uploaded files will have the original name and type with the addition of the user's name on it. You can review the files in the response section on your form on the connected spreadsheet. So that will be looking at after this completion of form. You can also follow the view folder link to open the folder with all the files uploaded with the form. So that is all about this file upload. So here we can see you can also add a description here. I'm just deleting it. Next type of question is linear scale question. So this question types lets your users to select a number of values in the range defined in the question. This type of question is generally used in measuring the rating level of satisfaction. So as I have done this question in the form of how likely that you would recommend my YouTube channel. So I have also added a little description here, and ratings are from 0 to 5, and here all the options. For 0 it is not at all, and 5 is it is extremely likely. You can set the range from anything from like 1 to 10. So maximum value you can select is 10. So and minimum is 2. So 1 to 5, depending upon your requirement, which type of range you want to add. And that is all about linear scale options. Next one is our multiple choice grid questions. So this one is our next question, multiple choice grid question. This is similar to the linear scale. Multiple choice grid question type lets you collect more answers in one question. The difference that the answers are connected as column names opposed to number in linear scale. The next image is an example how you can use the multiple choice grid in the Google form. All the answers are collected by the row with a selected column name. These are the rows and these are the columns. We have the options. So just let me click on the other question. So here you can see this multiple choice grid question. We have added these in our rows and these are our columns. So user can select that he would like to learn about this app, yes, maybe no, or so you can select multiple choice grid questions like that. You can create these depending upon your requirement. And next one is our checkbox grid. This question is a lot similar to multiple choice grid type, except here you can select more than one field for each row. The answer are going to be collected the same as with multiple choice grid types, but because you can select more than one answers per row, they are going to be separated by commas. So let me click on here so you could have a clearer look. So here I have created this question: what date and time works best for you? Select all that apply. So if you are for Monday, if you are 8, 9, 10 is good for you in Tuesday. So similar options like that. So you can create a checkbox grid type of question. And next type of question is our date type of question. So the date question type will enable you to collect date and time from the user. In the default format, it will ask only the date, but from the three dotted menu you can select to ask for time also. So as I have included description, included time, and included year. So if you want to remove the year, it will remove the year, but it is good if you added a year. So it's all depend upon you. So this is our date type of question. And our last type of question is time question. So as you're on the screen, you can see I have added this time of question. This is a lot similar to date question type. With the time question, you can collect time data from the users. With the time question type, you can also collect time duration. Just click on the three dotted menu and select duration. So here you can also add a duration here from the, so something like that. How much time does it take to fill out this form? If you want to know the answer, so you can only select one, or either time or a duration. So that is all about all the question types. So hopefully I have covered each and everything in these questions. So in the next lecture we will be discussing about how to send and how to customize and how to take a preview of your Google form. So stay tuned in, and thanks for watching this video.